Hello and welcome to the Global Innovation Award, brought to you by the UAE Ministry of Climate Change and Environment and Globally Great. My name's Tom Urquhart, and today we'll talk about how global innovation will support the sustainability-driven agenda of the UAE. But first, before we go any further, an absolute honour to welcome for his opening remarks the UAE Minister of Climate Change and Environment. And please welcome His Excellency Dr. Abdullah Belhaif Al Nuaimi.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, it's a pleasure to open the third Global Innovation Award as part of Abu Dhabi Sustainability Week. This year's edition has been a record number of applicants, more than 1,200 from 65 countries. The United Arab Emirates is firmly committed to innovation and sustainability. Innovation plays a vital role in delivering on the 8 pillars of the United Arab Emirates environmental policy. One of the essential tools that determine our country's future direction in climate action and environmental protection, and ensure the implementation of its relevant international obligations. Therefore, we welcome innovators and entrepreneurs whose creativity and experience can go a long way in advancing the country's sustainable development. And the Global Innovation Award provides an ideal platform to highlight this approach. I am delighted to welcome BIA, DP World, and the Sustainable City as first-time partners of the award. By supporting specific sustainable development goals, these companies are helping broaden the scope of the award and also appeal to a wider range of participants. I also take this opportunity to thank Globally for organizing the award in our behalf for the third year. The award has always been fully online, and I am pleased to see that the Globally Great platform through which the applications are received continues to attract and inspire sustainability-focused innovators. We hope that the winners will use the opportunities that the award opens to start doing business in the United Arab Emirates, because only through working together we can shape a more secure and sustainable world for the present and the future generations. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you very much for the time given. Thank you.
Well, thank you once again to His Excellency Dr. Abdullah Belhaif Al Nuaimi for those kind words of introduction. We're also joined by Miss Stephanie Shakchabel, who is Managing Partner of Globally and initiator of Globally Great. Great of you to join us. I wonder if you could tell us a little bit more about why the team at Globally, why you and the team at Globally is organising the GIA and well, what we can expect today.
Well, thank you very much, Tom, and also thank you for letting me express my gratitude for the UAE Ministry of Climate Change and Environment and His Excellency for supporting the Global Innovation Award. We are thrilled that we have received so many applicants this year. Our award is really aiming on attracting innovations from all over the world to the UAE to help them to become the world leader in sustainability. So today it's going to be exciting. So we have 4 categories today. The first one is SDG 12, Responsible Production and Consumption, powered by BIA. The second one is SDG 14, Life Below Water, powered by DP World. The third one is the Sustainable Development Goal 11, Sustainable Cities and Communities, powered by the Sustainable City. And obviously, the last one will be the overall winner of the Global Innovation Award.
Well, Stephanie, thank you so much indeed. Very much looking to hearing what the jury has to say and finding out about the winners as well. Right, time now for us to look at some detail at some of the nominees, and an absolute pleasure to be joined by His Excellency, the CEO of DP World UAE region, Mohammed Al Muallim. Mohammed, thank you for being with us. And he's joined as well by His Excellency Khaled Al Haramal, the Group CEO of BIA. Thank you for being with us. Much appreciate your presence to you both. Thanks you for both joining us. Khaled, I'm going to start with you, if I may, because we know well that BIA is partnering with the Global Innovation Award in the SDG 12 Responsible Production and Consumption category. Why is it so important to attract sustainability-focused innovations to the UAE?
Well, first of all, BIA is proud to partner in the Global Innovation Award, and the UAE has aspirations to be one of the most sustainable countries in the world. At BIA, we believe sustainability and digitalization drives future economies and also improve the quality of life. So initiatives such as the Global Innovation Award helps promote the culture of innovation and creativity, which will help also tackle global environmental challenges.
Mohammed, if I could turn to you, sir, as well. Again, thank you so much indeed for being with us. And thank you as well to DP World, because this year, obviously, the first time DP World is partnering with the Global Innovation Award, specifically to promote sustainable innovation. So again, why is it so important for you and the team at DP World to attract sustainably focused innovations to the UAE as a whole?
First of all, I would like to thank and commend the Minister and the Ministry of Climate Change and Environment for having this award, because it's very important. As far as DP World is concerned, DP World is a global company, a responsible company. I want to make sure that it participates and contributes to the sustainability when it comes to environment, and really brings what I say, a global knowledge, because we do exist in more than 50 countries. We have 80 ports around the world, so obviously that gives us a big platform of collecting data and information, which can be very useful and very beneficial to bring it back here, back home in the United Arab Emirates, and to contribute to this award.
Time now to have a look at the nominees in the SDG 12 category. The Global Innovation Award 2021 nominees for the category SDG 12, Responsible Consumption and Production, are PowerNot. Using PowerNot, you are eliminating CO2 emissions, preventing sending waste to landfill, and the associated cost that comes with doing so. Continuous Materials. Continuous Materials makes a genuinely circular product called Everboard. This board is specifically designed for flat roof structures and can withstand extreme weather impacts such as strong wind and hail. Lin's Packaging. This so-called vegan bottle quickly degrades when subjected to heat and humidity. The leftover product becomes compost that can be used for farming. Leadax. By upcycling polyvinyl butyryl waste, Leadax created waterproofing materials. At the end of its life cycle, the product can be recycled and reused, making it truly circular. Mammoth. At the end of a tyre's life, it usually goes into landfill. Mammoth took this abundant waste product to give it a second life. They used recycled granulated rubber and transformed it into building materials, such as safety floors for playgrounds and sports facilities. And Your Excellency, maybe I could ask you whether you could tell us if there is an area within the sort of portfolio of sustainable innovation that you feel is particularly pressing in the UAE at present, and more specifically to all the work that you're doing at BIA today?
Well, one area that we feel requires more attention is the area of the transportation sector and decarbonizing that sector. Today, transportation contributes 25% of carbon emissions. At BIA, we established a company called ION that provides sustainable transport solutions, and we are looking at from building the infrastructure for charging stations to provide ride-hailing solutions, but all with zero emission objectives.
I don't want to give too much away because we're about to reveal the winner any moment now, but among the shortlisted companies that you and your team have been through, were there any that really jumped off the page for you, and why?
Well, in the consumption, responsible consumption and production category, I was impressed with two shortlisted candidates, Continuous Materials and Ledex. Both companies have shown how they've been able to produce sustainable and commercially viable building material that at the same time diverts waste away from landfill.
That's not to say that they could well be the winner, but are they? Well, it's time for us to find out. Who will be the winner? So congratulations then to our winner there, Continuous Materials. Khaled, I'm sure we'll all agree, a very deserving winner there. And anything you'd like to say to the winner or tell the winner?
I'd like to congratulate all the winners in their drive to tackle environmental challenges, and I wish them all the best.
Well, all the best to them. And just before we move on to the next category, we would just like to make the announcement that Mammoet won the public vote in the SDG 12 category. So onwards, and let's have a look at the nominees for SDG 14. The Global Innovation Award 2021 nominees for the category SDG 14 Life Below Water are Eco Wave Power, an innovation that's designed to capture the ocean's energy. The floating objects start moving and generating electricity when waves reach 50 centimetres or higher. They're easy to install on existing coastal structures such as breakwaters, jetties, piles and piers. The Silverstream system. Fuel consumption within the maritime sector is a massive contributor to global CO2 emissions. Silverstream has been developed as a technology that reduces a ship's fuel consumption by 5 to 10%. The use of compressed air helps the vessels glide through the water and to minimise resistance. Pinovo. Pinovo creates a clean, safe, circular and cost-efficient sandblasting technology for the maritime sector. Their approach stops paint microplastic emissions and can result in up to a 60% cost reduction. Fourfold. The foldable shipping container that can be folded to a quarter of its volume. This means that 4 folded containers become one interconnected bundle that's handled like one standard container. This creates more room on vessels, docks, trains and trucks, and thereby saves emissions and cost on a large scale. FuelSave. FS Marina Plus is a proven retrofit solution that uses a dynamic injection of hydrogen, oxygen, water and methanol through 3 different air intake locations. Using different quantities and combinations, the advanced combustion conditioning results in a leaner and cleaner combustion process. And Your Excellency, I turn to you, if I may, for this particular category. Is there, same question to you, is there an area when it comes to sustainable innovation that you feel is particularly pressing in the UAE at the moment, more specifically to the work that you're doing at DP World?
Of course, it is the COVID has shown us the challenges that we face in supply chain and logistics, and it comes to food security, which is it's really a critical item. And as you know, that UAE has a plan by 2051 to become the hub of innovation when it comes to food security technology. So we, as DP World, and being globally as a network, we can sustain the supply chain to make sure that food is supplied to populations, not only here, but around the world, for everyone. To make, during the difficult times, even during lockdowns, we were successful to move food actually from outside of UAE to UAE through our DP World network and other stakeholders as well, who really play an important role. So we think this is a critical item, among others, of course, but this one is the one that we are really looking at, making sure that it becomes even further stronger, resilience, and also faces any kind of challenges in future, that we are able to accommodate and move food to people within UAE and around the world.
And just before we unveil the winner, have you been pleasantly surprised? Have you been inspired by the category, the standard of the categories and the nominees for this particular innovation?
Not really, because I think this category is also important, and everybody really is expected to think in that way.
Well, time now to let everybody know who the winner is. Who will win Life Below the Water? And congratulations therefore go to Fourfold. Well done to Fourfold for picking up the award. And before we let you go, Your Excellency, one more final question, if I may, to you. DP World, as we well know, recently partnered with Expo 2020 to become one of the founding partners of the inspiring Earthshot Sustainability Prize. Maybe you could tell us a bit more about it. What does this involve, and what involvement are you looking for from the wider community as a whole?
Well, I mean, there are 50 categories into that, or let's say 50 ideas to how to save this, our planet, and how to improve, and how to restore things that have gone really in a wrong way. And we are looking at 5 categories in that sense, and that's really in terms of clean air, revival of the oceans, and also to make this world less of waste, or how to really control waste, and also to have a better and improved climate in that sense. And so these are some of these categories that we are really looking at and making sure that we contribute towards that as well.
Listen, before we move on to our next category, I can't thank you enough, Your Excellency. Thank you so much indeed for your partnership. All the best with the new initiatives, and thank you for being part of it.
My pleasure.
And just before we move on to that next category, just to let you know and to announce to all that are tuning in that the Eco Wave Power, that's Eco Wave Power, have won and picked up the public vote for SDG 14. And the nominees for SDG 11 are Roofit Solar Energy. This is an innovative 2-in-1 metal roofing panel with an integrated solar panel. And the design results in an architecturally pleasing look whilst being environmentally friendly and durable. An excellent solution for roof refitting projects and new build properties. Van der Herven Horticulture Projects. This new cooling technology is made for horticulture projects. It cools down and dehumidifies outside air and captures the water from this air, resulting in a chilled environment around the crops and lower water demand. Holland Water. Now, this company created a unique Bifipro system, which has grown into the ultimate, most sustainable system for combating biofilm and Legionella in drinking and cooling water. It uses copper and silver ions to clear existing pipe networks and protect the drinking water without chemicals. 80 Acres Farms. A vertical farming leader that grows 300 times more fresh food in communities on less than 1% of the land. And their approach results in 97% less water consumption, 0 pesticides use, 90% less fertilizer use, and in-depth data analytics. The produce comes in a wide variety and meets the highest standards in food safety. Sunrise Solar, a fan which removes attic heat using solar energy. By extracting excessive heat from the top floor, it reduces air conditioning costs during hot weather periods. The fan meets the industry standard measurements and is easy to install. Enabrain. Using advanced artificial intelligence, this technology is providing better control for heating, cooling and ventilation. The versatile unit can be applied within any building and deliver results in no time. Talk about, or find out more about SDG 11, Sustainable Cities and Communities, and where better to be, basically, and what better company to be, because we're joined now But to tell us a bit more about this particular category, the CEO of Diamond Developers, who are responsible for constructing this extraordinary sustainable city in the heart of Dubai, Faris Saeed. Faris, great to see you again.
Thank you for having me.
And alongside you, Faris, is of course your Chief Sustainability Officer, again of Diamond Developers, Karim Al-Jasser. Karim, thank you for joining us as well.
Thank you.
First and foremost, Faris, thank you very much indeed for the invite. We couldn't think of anywhere better to conduct these interviews. It's great to be here.
Thank you.
Secondly, I wanted to ask you, this year for the very first time, Sustainable City is partnered with the Global Innovation Award to help to promote sustainable cities and a sustainable lifestyle. In your opinion, why is it so important to attract sustainability-focused innovations to the UAE?
The UAE is positioning itself as a hub of future sustainability innovations. So I believe this is a normal role which UAE is playing to host all these innovations where they can exchange ideas, talk to each other and accelerate the implementations of UN SDGs. We in Sustainable City, we encourage, we attract, we support all these innovations as part of the UAE spectrum.
You couldn't get much more sustainable than the donkey joining in as well.
It always happens.
It will be happening all the time. So,
to that end, I mean, is there, in your opinion, is there an area of sustainability innovation that you feel is particularly pressing for the UAE today?
I think the main 5 areas which we need to focus on, the food security, which is showing a lot of importance after this COVID and the lockdowns, energy efficiency, water resources is very important, mobility or future of mobility, and the waste management part. I think these are the main areas which we need to focus on.
And what's the role of Sustainability City in helping that?
In fact, we are applying all these techniques within the Sustainable City. So in every corner in Sustainable City, all these things we talked about is applied already, giving a live example of how it should be implemented in sustainable cities.
Karim, let's bring you into the conversation if we can, because you've had the opportunity to look at the shortlist of the companies for the SDG 11 category in some detail. What did you make of them?
I think, the pitches, they really reflect this global momentum to raise the bar, to be more innovative across all these industries. And so the majority of pitches and companies that we were introduced to under SDG 11 relate to farming and food security, energy management, and construction, circular materials in construction. So most interesting and most relevant to society today.
We don't want to give too much away because obviously we're going to reveal the winner in just a few moments' time. But can you give us a little sort of indication if there were any that really stood out for you?
So in the area of food security, and we've been exposed to many companies from around the world who advocate, who promote indoor vertical farming. And the ones that we were exposed to in this round bring innovation in terms of cooling. We've seen a lot when it comes to lighting and varying the products that you can actually produce indoors. But in terms of cooling, this is where we have to innovate to bring down the energy consumption and provide just the right amount of cooling needed to grow the plants. So that was interesting. When it comes to construction, we also saw the a practical application of circularity. So people are really now talking about how can we convert construction waste into feedstock for the construction industry. And this is really at the heart of innovation, how to be circular in thinking.
Well, gentlemen, we won't keep anyone in suspense much more. Just remains, before we unveil our winner, a big thank you to you, Karim, and of course to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for
and all of your friends down here as well that have joined us. So really appreciate it. They're not going to go anywhere. You're not going to go anywhere. Let's have a look at who has won the much anticipated category for SDG 11. Let's have a look at the nominees for the overall Global Innovation Award. Ibis Power are the company behind the innovative renewable energy solution for high-rise buildings called PowerNest. It combines wind and solar power to generate up to 6 times more energy on the limited roof space. And the design seamlessly blends with a wide range of architectural styles and doesn't produce any noise, vibrations or other disturbances. Wasser 3.0. This innovation removes microplastics and micropollutants out of any type of water without the use of any filters. This low-tech solution provides a cost-effective and low-maintenance solution to make our water clean and safe again. This innovation removes microplastics and micropollutants out of any type of water without the use of any filters. This low-tech solution provides a cost-effective and low-maintenance solution to make our water clean and safe again. Cambrian EcoVault solutions use the energy found in high-strength organic wastewater streams and efficiently treats wastewater while extracting clean energy and clean water. This allows food and beverage producers to cut wastewater management costs and achieve their sustainability goals simultaneously. Unseen Labs. This maritime surveillance service creates a complete overview of ships at sea. This innovative technology helps prevent criminal or anti-environmental acts at sea in a precise and fast manner. With the use of Cube satellites, this maritime surveillance service creates a complete overview of ships at sea. LG Sonic. Solar-powered MPC buoy combines real-time water quality monitoring and ultrasonic sound waves to control algae in lakes and reservoirs. This technology makes it sustainable and easy to manage drinking water body safety without impacting underwater life. Your Excellency, thank you so much indeed for joining us. Now, this is the 3rd year that the Ministry has supported the Global Innovation Award. Why is sustainability-focused innovation so important to the UAE?
I believe that sustainability and solutions and sustainability is important not only for the United Arab Emirates, but for the whole universe. Unless we all start tackling concrete steps to incorporate sustainability into our daily lives, there will be very little resources left for the future. And also, innovation is a crucial role in coming up with out-of-the-box solutions to explore innovations, sustainability and sustainability challenges. We must join forces really to identify and explore innovations that can help us build a more sustainable future, which is why platforms such as the Global Innovation Awards are so vital. The award provides us with an opportunity to ensure the best ideas from the brightest minds across the universe, bringing them together in the United Arab Emirates and transform their ideas into reality so that we can, as well as other countries, can reap their benefits.
So, in terms of the areas of sustainability innovation, is there any that you feel particularly pressing, especially for the UAE today?
I believe that most of the work submitted is really great. Nonetheless, as we live a case today, such pandemic would actually be affected by decisions as well. So the COVID-19 outbreak has highlighted the importance of food security. Therefore, I believe the field of sustainable agriculture has a huge potential, as our region has very little arable and we have a lack of water for irrigation. So such projects or such innovation would probably be very much pressing today.
Which leads us on to our third and final question about the shortlisted companies. Among those shortlisted companies, were there any that really stood out to you? And if so, why?
There are quite a few, but one solution that the team have seen was very special and relevant to the ministry was a unique wastewater energy system by a company called Cameron Innovation. The United Arab Emirates has always been at the forefront of research and development, particularly in water desalination and renewable energy. Therefore, we found the modular system that cleans wastewater and generates energy at the same time very, at least interesting, considering its size and its mobility, the fact that you can add on as well, being a modular system. Another company with a significant environmental impact was Advisor 3. However, its innovative technology is relevant mainly to countries affected by river pollutions, and unfortunately in the United Arab Emirates, maybe in the whole region, river is very seldom, and we probably, but the innovation is very much relevant to many river pollution cases.
Your Excellency, we can't thank you enough. To you and your team, on behalf of all those behind the Global Innovation Award, we thank you very much indeed for your time.
Thank you very much for being here, and I hope that such event is a success.
Time now for us to find out who this year's winner of the Global Innovation Award. With the results?
I'm delighted, Tom, to see so many great winners today, and also for Globally to support them in their market entry here to the UAE. Extremely grateful to have His Excellency Dr. Abdullah Belhaif Al Nuaimi involved in the Global Innovation Award. Thank you to his team, and thank you to you, Tom. Thank you to our sponsors and our jury. I always like to thank people, but together we can really make a difference, and together we can change the world and talk about what matters globally.
Stephanie, to you and all the team at Globally, we thank you. And thanks to all those that have been part of the process. That was the Global Innovation Award 2021.